All systems have been alerted to your presence, sir.
I have a very bad feeling about this.
I hope you know what you're doing.
The Emperor has been expecting you.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to episode 8 of The Toy Chest. Right. We are being recorded on June 24th, 2024. I'm your host, Darth Moocher. I've got Scott Solo remotely checking in.
What's up, nerds?
From beautiful Newport Beach, California.
Yay!
And, of course, from the Shadow Nose Network, we've got Alexander Storm.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thanks for joining us, man.
Hey,
this is going
pleasure.
to be good. Tommy from 1313 will be joining us shortly. Actually, in fact, what the timing is just timing.
Oh,
Tommy.
Man. Who it is.
Look at this. From 1313, we have Tommy.
Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Hey,
all right, man. Hey, good timing, dude. Good timing.
Yeah, man.
So,
I can't believe I made it.
Yeah. I'm glad you did, man, because we have some stuff to go through, man. But before we get into all of that good stuff, let's take a quick shout out to our Shadow Council, everybody on there. Of course, you guys get our big flavorful intro on our Wednesday show when we do the Starlight Digest, Star Wars Weekly. But if you're so inclined, scan that QR code and see what it's all about. Might be some cool stuff in there.
Maybe.
And since Scott, you can't see chat, can you? So
I can see it. I'm looking here on my phone. So let's give a special shout out to Michael Lavero.
Welcome. Let's get this party started. Let's go.
We've got our buddy Gordon Skalski in there.
Hell yeah.
We've got Stuck in Carbonite.
Nice.
Who's first, but not really first. Rhino Hobbies. We got Basil G. And Commander Cook.
Nice. And I know some of you guys are in there. So let's get your comments in there because we are at the halfway point through the Cantina Haslab. We've got 2 weeks to go. In fact, when we drop another toy chest in 2 weeks, we should have the definitive yes or no, or right at that cusp of where we're at funding, overly funding, or whatever. But as we stand right now, we've got 14 days and a couple hours left. The numbers are at 5722 out of 8,000 needed. I mean, that's still they were gaining like almost 100 backers a day, but I think that stalled out even more lower. When I was talking to Alex, through chat and stuff, we were mentioning they still might have that flood of international or those last minute people coming through. Yeah, it still can, like it still could do it, but I don't know, man. I'm really fearing that it's I don't want it to fail. Because I don't want them to be so scared that they're never going to return to something like this again. And I feel like a broken record, but
I don't want it to fail because I want it. I think it's cool. I really want to add it to my collection, but at the same time, it's if it fails, then it's
you save $400.
$400.
There is the toxic Black Series collector in me that wants to get an eye for the Rancor, you know?
Right. This is an even
now.
playing field, right?
Hold it over their heads, like.
It's an even playing field. Now we're even. Now let's do something better.
Yeah.
Alex, do you collect the 3 3/4 line or Star
I don't
Wars?
do the vintage line. I do a little bit of the Black Series.
Okay.
And I think it's going to reach the 8.
Okay.
I don't think the other tiers are going to really be unlockable. Maybe one of them, but I don't think you're going to get all of the tiers done because just the way you're looking at it. Unless, again, I've seen this happen on a bunch of Haslabs where that last day they drop those international numbers.
It does.
And 5, 6, or 7,000. So
that's a confidence builder, dude. Like when you're a backer and you want this to happen, or even if you're on the fence and you see people jumping on board, it's a confidence builder. Rad Chris, thank you for checking in, man. Steve Evans promoting it on super hard on his IG tells me that's at risk.
No doubt, he is hitting it hard.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
really hard.
Yeah, I've noticed that, and I've noticed our boy Yak Face. I mean, really, you know, a champion for it. And like I said, we're championing for it too in a lot of different ways. You know, I do have that sentiment like Tommy too. It's always in the back of my head because it's a competition, but at the same time,
competition.
It kind of is because it's like, how dare you? You know, how dare you get everything you want? I have to be honest, and like I said, it's not that I wanted to, but I'm really Commander Cook, definitely think it'll hit the 8. You know what? I think so.
I hope so.
With this kind of Haslab, and we've talked about this before, this is geared or it's presented that way where 8 is good. It's the base price is good. The 3 figures, which are going to be released mainline, not the 3 that are coming with it. It's the 3 after, the 3 tiered. So, but it tells me, like, you know.
Yeah, but at the same time,
not a huge loss.
Mr. Stevie also said that there is a possibility that the only way those 3 additional figures get made are if they hit all the tiers. And I think that's a load of crap because I mean it's Greedo. You're gonna get a Greedo. The other 2 figures, the Wolfman. I mean, there's a Lax Sivrak figure out there. I just think it's a matter of time before it's that. Have patience. Every figure will get made eventually.
Oh yeah.
Especially if the Cantina gets made, they're gonna make. They're gonna.
Then you'll see a big. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Stuck at Carbonite says, "I'm with Alex. It will hit, but without the tiers." That's to me the minimal. I mean, well, that's the minimal, obviously, but that does seem like where it's going. You know, in 2 weeks we will definitely check it out. Obi-Wan Kenobi, sup fellas? 1313 represent. Yes.
What's going on?
We also have 2 Jeez, I can't see today. the 212 Hunter. Hello from prequel Clone Wars Shield. We're welcome here, man. We love the prequels.
We do. Well, yeah. The Clone Wars, especially.
Unless it's a pod race scene, apparently.
Yeah. These days in Star Wars, which we'll get into Wednesday, these prequels are looking pretty good, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Michael Lavero, it'll hit 8, but anything after that will be surprised. Yeah.
I hope.
I hope so too. Like I said, you know, you're going on Instagrams, and a lot of people are posting daily, if not 3-4 times a day, just like, hey guys, 8 weeks or 2 weeks left. Here's the things, here's the features and whatnot. And Hasbro also did that. Well, it's kind of a cool way they did this. It was the live stream they did last week, I believe, and they had the photographer on, and they split the cantina up on shelves. Like,
I saw that. That was cool.
Yeah, and the thing I appreciated was, and Scott and I talk about this all the time, like, where are we going to put this stuff, right? Where are you going to? Well, they actually presented you an option of almost how 90% of people are going to present or display these kind of play sets anyway. They'll split it up, and I was like, that's cool because you can have the entrance here and do a little scene, and then you can have their build out here, and then you can have your bar scene down here. I thought that was a good way of explaining a lot of stuff that we have concerns with, to show it, that the actual company's doing, to show it. So I give them props for that. I really do. To trying to explain to people, look, it might be a 3 foot by 8 thing, but guess what? It's made modular. And again, another reason why they didn't go with lights and sounds. It's just confirming it with me.
Yeah, and it did kind of make me wish that I backed the deluxe version. That way I could put the extras on the lower level.
You already spent $400. You may as well.
There's still time.
Another $100.
Still time.
You may as well. There's a sentiment that I see a lot of, though, with this. I see a lot of comments from people being like, well, I'm not going to back it because I don't know if it's going to hit all the tiers. Imagine if all those people backed and then just backed out on the last day if it doesn't hit all the tiers. You know, there's so many people out there that are scared to back when you're not even spending any money yet. So I think that's interesting.
Yeah, that, and like I said, these tiers are different than any other Haslab backing, where tiers actually affected the product itself. Like Razor Crest, if we didn't get all the tiers, I don't think it'd be as exciting looking at that. You know what I mean? His tank would have so much added to it that those tiers were necessary. Like, I wanted it all or nothing. This, it's just, like I said, the way it's just another couple rooms, you know, and it doesn't really mess with the overall base thing. You know,
I think they learned their lesson, like Tommy was saying with the Rancor. You know, they kind of baked everything in. If you didn't get the Rancor, then you wasn't getting this one. And people were like, I'll take all or nothing. So I think this time around, people just really, if you're going to go for the Cantina, you're fine with the Cantina. You probably have most of those characters anyways.
And like Scott said, they'll come out. They'll come out later. Michael, I think this is a correct statement. Again, it's his understanding that the only way to get the Tonica sisters, is that because they are part of that base tier or the 8,000, you know, they're part of that. So there is that FOMO on that too, which again, if you're going to back it and like 21200 says, I'm probably going to get one just for resale. Do it. Yeah, that's fine. Like this
scalper.
I was just going to say, is a big difference between buying something that's available for 30 days and flipping it versus buying it and seeing it out in Walmart and flipping it that way. You know what I mean? This way, everybody had a shot at it. And so like the minute after you see these things go up on eBay, you know, it is what it is, right? It's like,
yes, it is. And it always surprises me too, the amount of people. So this thing is going to be a 31 day or a 4 week long campaign, 31. Right?
Pretty much.
And it has always surprised me how at the end of that, people, you know, once they start arriving, people are like, where did that come from? When was that out? You know, it never fails. Yeah.
Never fails.
You've got a certain sect of people that just don't see it. They don't pay attention. They don't follow the socials. So they're completely unaware. And that's who the people that buy multiples, that's where they kind of luck out doing that.
Yeah. Rad Chris, see, I'm going all out. I'm having Pondo Bob with Superman and Captain Kirk having a drink together, multiverse cantina.
Dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
If this pans out, Rad Chris, please send us a photo. Please, I want to spotlight the multiverse cantina.
It's not too hard. He's my podcast partner.
Nice.
Friday night. So don't worry. I'll drive over to your house.
I'll go personally, and we'll do a spotlight on it because I like that kind of stuff. I like seeing people's toy rooms like all, you know, kind of like mashed up together and not necessarily like section out. Here's my Star Wars, and a lot of sometimes people have and it just, I don't know, it brings back that it's fun. John checking in. Yo, what's up? Let's see. Rhino Hobbies. I wonder if the standard deluxe option is the reason it hasn't backed yet. I think if it were all for $3.99, it would be on tiers. It would definitely help. It would definitely be an incentive to get everything for the lower price. You know, even though 400 is a steep, but again, that of course that's a mentality thing too. Where if you had it all up front, sure. I mean,
I'm still on the fence with the whole concept of it. Right, a deluxe version of it. I think I agree with him. I think if it was all just one lump sum, the whole thing, don't give options, I think it would be doing better.
Well,
I
was looking at it with the whole pricing and everything. The killer of it is that, you know, I think this year everybody's getting a little pre-order fatigue because every time you turn around, it's like week after week after week after week, and now you're like, okay, when they start hitting into the Haslabs, and then you know there's another Haslab just in 20 days away.
Yes.
You really got to pick and choose at this point.
Yeah.
And I will always choose Vintage Collection Star Wars over Black Series, or not Black Series, but the G.I. Joe 6-inch collection.
Oh, sure.
If I don't have room for the scales of the vehicles, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's.
I don't know. Did you pick up the Ghost?
Yeah,
I did pick up the Ghost.
Yeah, I don't buy the room
and
thing
then you
either.
have
Alex.
the-
I don't
You
buy
have
it.
the Razor Crest, right?
Oh no! I have room, and I will make room for my
Yeah,
Star Wars.
I
I have a shelf for my GI Joe classified.
Yeah.
Alex, you haven't seen my room, Alex. I've got
No,
all
I
the vintage
haven't. I've
G.I.
heard
Joe
it.
stuff too. Yeah,
I've heard
so
it's a thing of
it's-
legends, my friend. It's a thing of legends.
What I don't get about the whole price thing is like, I see a lot of people saying, "Oh, I would get it," but the price is. I've heard multiple people say this too. It is. This is the cheapest it's ever going to be ever. It will. You will never ever find it for less than it is right now. So even if I think it's overpriced, $500 for this, but that's it. Like Hasbro knows that. They know that you're either going to get it now, or you're going to be paying $8,000, $9,000, $1,000 for it 6 to 8 months from now. So
100%.
it's worth a piece.
And if this, and the point is like if this was the lowest, and say it backed at 8,000, it'd be the lowest backed Haslab.
Yeah.
And there only be like 8,000 out there, right? It would really be a special price. Like it would really be a unique kind of thing. And the people that do buy one to flip, whatever, it'll be.
Maybe I need to buy another.
I think
I was just saying, dude.
Like, you better do it now because it's going to be like 1,500, 1,600. Not like 9 because there's only 8,000. Wow.
Yeah. I mean, for long-term investment, if you think about it, it's better than an 8% yearly thing. You throw down 500 now, and you know what I mean. It's all on the math. Oh, it just went up to 57.22, 23. What'd you do, Scott? No.
I'm glad.
Yeah,
Julie
fund your
doesn't
kids'
watch
college, right, Commander Cook? Fund your kids' college through Haslab backing.
The Tonica sisters funded my PhD. That's what it'll be. My memoir in 50 years.
So I have the graphic up again. Just to remind everybody, as of today, there are 5,722 backers, 5,722 backers. And we got 2 weeks. So when we reconvene for the toy chest again, we will know exactly where everything stands. Just go into the Haslab thing. There's the picture of everything you get. So this is doing our part as the Starlight Digest to kind of get the word out there. Like Scott said, if you're on the fence or don't know about it, you got 2 weeks to decide to fork out $400 at least. I would say $440, $430, $430 because of taxes or whatever.
It was $430. If you're a Hasbro Pulse member, you don't pay for shipping.
Right.
I don't know what shipping is on this thing. I know that if you like, the Ghost is right there, right? The Ghost is on the side. That's funded. There is reports already that the Ghost weighs 19 pounds.
Oh, whoa.
So the shipping on the Ghost, if you are not a Pulse member, is going to be astronomical.
I think it's $50. It's like $50 to ship.
That's a good discount they got there, because $19, that's pricey.
Yeah.
So, and what you see on the right here, you've got just the base model of what you can get, and the 3 figures that are included at the bottom, plus the tiers down there at the bottom as well. It's 11,000 backers for Greedo, 14,000 backers for you can't see his name because it's really tiny. Old Forearms there, and Wolfman second Wolfman down there.
Yeah, second Wolfman.
So, and that's just the base. Of course, with the deluxe model, you get the other side of the cantina as well that you can display separately on a different shelf. Is how I would do it.
Right.
But I mean, come on, that's just cool. And if you watch the live stream of it, they show you exactly how it comes apart. It's just really neat. It's cool.
Their marketing has been on point. I believe. Yeah. We've got M Shark, Mark the Shark H.
What's up,
Mark? Backday standard and a deluxe. He got 2, a standard and a deluxe. Interesting. So which one are you keeping? Deluxe, I assume, and then flipping the standard, or keeping them both and making a huge display? I mean,
wow. See, now I would probably keep the figures out of the second one so I could open them up and put them on
just
display.
the cantina itself.
And then sell the cantina.
That makes sense to me. This is a good way to segue into the vintage collection stuff. 212 Hunter is saying, do you guys count the future pipeline figures with the cantina like how they did with the Spin and Chopper for the Ghost?
No, not really, because a lot of those figures already exist. It's just they're upgrading them. Like this is the as they say, a complete upgrade of Farm Boy Luke, right, for the vintage collection. The last vintage collection Farm Boy Luke we had, as you see in our intro, is a piece of crap from 2014. It really is terrible. Doesn't look like him. It's got cloth goods. It's an awful figure, right? Same with Obi-Wan Kenobi. We have not had a vintage collection Obi-Wan Kenobi since like 2014. So no, I don't see that as part of it. I see that as just a bonus, something that's eventually going to come anyway. Doesn't matter if this doesn't pass, those figures will still come. So
yeah, eventually they will. And I wish that was the case with Black Series, which we'll get into in a minute. But Michael Lavarro, a lot of people are buying the Speeder 9000 to put outside their cantina. Yeah, that should have been a tier. That should have been. Or included in that price too. Yeah,
very thankful for Stan Solo for making that. So I've got
yes, they're out there. So Mark the Shark said, "I'm not sure. May keep both and display them differently." That's what. Yeah.
Wow.
You can now, because the cantina is in more shows than just Star Wars, right? You do the traditional cantina, and then you could do the Mandalorian cantina with EV9. Well, who was behind it? Was it EV99? Yeah. So. A whole different vibe, right?
So,
it was in the Clone Wars.
Yeah,
it was in the Clone Wars too, a couple times.
Yeah.
So, do you guys think that the deluxe version next to the base model version, do you think the bonus pieces that come with the deluxe are going to have a different box? Like it's going to be a larger box, or do you think it's going to be a secondary box?
Oh, a second box.
I'm thinking
Okay, that's
secondary box. Yeah.
As well. I wonder if it'll have the artwork on it, or if it'll just be
I think it's going to be a whole
base model,
thing,
right, with the cardboard. Okay.
Yeah, I think it'll be a whole thing, and it might be. Yeah, it'll be like they'll present it as the artwork and everything, and it'll be good.
Very cool.
So as we're in the vintage collection talk right here, well, I don't know where Scott just went, but
I'm here. Calm down. Close.
What happened? Are you getting a phone call? I mean,
no. I'm here. Just talk. I'm good.
Well, okay. I wanted to bring up the vintage collection stuff for you to kind of go through. So, of course, in the last time we reconvened, we met up. There have been some pre-orders. There's been some more stuff. So, Scott, I'll go ahead and bring up the baseline pre-orders for everybody to check out for the vintage collection.
Thank you, good sir. There has been at least one update of an item found. I picked up the Troop Builder set that's in the top left corner of the Clone Troopers. I found that at GameStop right before I left for vacation. It was $52. I'm like, what the? So, but I bought it because I'm a sucker. So,
you have it, right? You don't have to wait. So
that's right. So I picked that up. And then the other thing that's in addition to here is at the bottom right corner, we've got the pipeline reviews that show the Farm Boy Luke, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Han Solo, and Chewbacca. All of them have completely new tooling for the to go along with the cantina, except for Chewbacca, who has new parts. He's not a completely retooled figure, but he's new parts. And then right above that, we have OSHA from the show that shall not be named because it's stirring up so much goddamn chaos. It's ridiculous right now.
I know, right? It just brings up so much emotions.
Regardless of how you feel about the show, right? We're not going to get into that. We're not going to get into all of that right now. But that is a cool looking figure, right? She comes with the droid. The outfit's spot on. She looks great. All the accessories she comes with. In some circles, I'm looking at you, Zeb, up there, even though you're a little bit bigger, but the accessories that she comes with could make it a deluxe figure based on what Hasbro considers quote unquote deluxe.
Yeah, I don't know where that line is.
I don't either, man. I look at the Jango Fett figure, which is great. It is a great figure, but it is not a deluxe figure. Come on.
Yeah. I just reviewed that. It came out on the channel today. I love that figure, and as a Black Series collector, like I don't bat an eye to $25, $27. So I was all in on that.
Right. Yeah, we're used to that. Yeah.
It's a great figure, but the line between deluxe and standard is like, okay, what is it? That one extra blast effect that makes it a difference.
Right.
It's just it's silly. But anyway, so that's the updates. Otherwise, everything else. I mean, other than the Haslab, there hasn't really been any other announcements. So
yeah,
that's where we stand right now for the vintage collection.
For the vintage collection, yeah.
Yeah.
This is a good question actually. Going back to like this and maybe there's a lack of. You got the pipeline, but there's a lack of more of these things because they want to see where the cantina is going.
Yeah.
Right.
So Michael Navarro is saying, what kind of things you guys think will come out for this return to Tatooine?
Honestly,
I think it's going to be a real good. Say it does fun and good stuff like that. I think again they'll take a real good look, and I think they'll go all in on fulfilling that. You know, the vintage collection is good at that.
It is
fleshing out that area or that scene or whatever it is, or it could be where, I mean, they're very good on individual play sets too, right? Like they have like these little mini play sets. What about more Tatooine built out scenery, stuff like that you can actually like grow? I'm just throwing it out there, like mini sets too, or land speeders, more land speeders. I don't know, something that
I think the land speeders. Yeah, I could see that definitely happening.
Yeah,
that'd be cool. I don't see. I mean, we might get one or two new figures, but I could see them re-releasing Dr. Everzen and Ponda Baba.
There'll be reissues, definitely
hitting some of those reissues up.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of who else. We already just had the Cantina band, so I don't see them doing a huge push.
Yeah,
a Dewback
with Jawas, and then
and not only that, but the last Dewback that we had was awful. It doesn't look a thing like a Dewback. It looks more like a mini dinosaur.
Yeah.
So they really do need to. As a matter of fact, I got rid of that when I put the 1995 Dewback back in my collection because it looks more like the Dewback than what
I do remember that. It was great.
Released.
Yeah.
So
some sleeping Jawas out front. Yeah, then Speeder 9000, a Dewback, some Sand Troopers. Yeah, I mean, like there's
little
a lot
yellow
of
R5 droid that'll cross.
really
slowly.
Another Ronto. I don't know if they like the last time they've done a Ronto. When's the last time they did that? It was back in
1997,
7, 8,
yeah,
whatever
97,
it was.
I think. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, okay, we're gonna switch gears to the retro collection because there is a something that was released to retro. So, Scott, this is in your field too.
It is. So the last time we talked about this, we had the Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith, which I still think we kind of got a half-assed set here. I think it should be a full set of Attack of the Clones and a full set of Revenge of the Sith instead of splitting up 3 and 3.
Because
it just needs it, right?
No, I mean, because look at what you're getting right now, right? So
I know. I know. So yeah, we've got 6 new figures from the Acolyte, which I will probably get because I love these retro collection figures. And we get a Master Soul in his Jedi gear from the temple. It's reading the High Republic books. They really make it a point to say we have our finery that we wear in the temple, and then our battle gear that we anyway.
Right.
But you've got the 3, you've got 6 figures from the Acolyte right there, which just, that's cool. Whatever.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I feel if you're into the retro, it's awesome. You never want to, especially like even though again, whatever the show does and whatever people feel about it, I think it's a miss if they don't do it. Because people will buy that. You know what I mean? That there's a collective collection that goes on in all of our heads sometimes.
I'll get it.
Prequel pack is sick. I've considered picking that up, and I don't even collect retro at all.
Yeah,
it is, but I think they're doing a disservice by splitting it in half. Right? We need to have 6 figures from Attack of the Clones and 6 figures from Revenge of the Sith. Everybody that knows this show knows I am not a fan of Attack of the Clones. Right? I don't care. I would still buy a full 6-pack of Attack of the Clones figures. It's cool. Why not, man? I love retro figures. They're so cool.
Yeah. Chet Maddox checking in. Hey, fellas.
Chet, what's going on, Chet?
Who else got? No one, no name. Is that no one? No
one, no name.
One, no. Okay. So, run-on sentence. Yes. Thanks, man. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, they're talking about the Vintage Clutch Darth Vader being re-released because there were some discrepancies on the chest plate and stuff. There's always, I watched it like Chris and I always talk about this, like when are we going to have that definitive Annie figure? Like, you think Vader would be a definitive figure at some point, but something always goes wrong at that last moment. Oh my goodness. All All right, guys. So let's switch gears to the Black Series. I that's my forte. I collect Black Series. I know Tommy does, and so does Alex, and I know that Scott does, picks and chooses. So we actually did get a couple releases, but we're in this weird Black Series stage of exclusives. There's a lot more exclusives out there than we even have pre-orders. And I'll just kind of go over where's my pre-order. We have one new
Car shit and wall shart. So they do.
Exactly. We have one new mainline figure for pre-order, and that is Osha from the Acolyte, and that is on Hasbro Pulse. And actually, it's just mainline, so it's going to be everywhere. The other figures, again, are the ones that are still out there is the Emperor, which is great. I still want that one. The Super Battle Droid, all the Acolytes, Hammerhead, and Thrawn. Thrawn's not coming for another year, so we have to wait patiently on that. But that's as far as the only new thing in the last couple weeks. As far as I know, I dug up that it was Osha. I did get this in, which is my. And did you guys see the Hot Toys Destroyer that they were? Come on! So I took him off the list because I have two of them. Scott, you have one to open a review. So I had to open this one. So
it's too cool. It's too cool.
I love it. All right, so with the Black Series, these are the outstanding pre-orders or for the exclusives. Okay, these are still out there and whatnot. We covered these, but so Target got in the game, and I had to make a page too because Target got in there with another oh my god, Shady Shadow. What is her name?
Shin.
Thank you very much. Thank you. That's why I have you guys here. So they re-released Balin and they're releasing Shin with the cloak, and they're both Target exclusives. And we have Shriek Hawk Mandalorians. I know that this picture. This picture doesn't. There's Shriek Hawk, right?
Shriek Hawk. Yes.
What did I say?
You said it. It's just you said it a little fast. So it sounds like something else.
That. Yeah. The Shriek Hawk. Yeah. Sorry. Okay.
Oh, sorry.
But anyway, we get in the Shriek Hawk Mandalorians, which I love these. They're so cool. At first, I was rolling my eyes, like, oh come on. But then I was like, oh, this is cool because, I'm not. I guess I'm not tired of Mandalorians yet. So.
You got soft goods and alternate colors. I mean, it just looks really cool.
The only sucky part is they're Target exclusives. And and of course Hasbro just can't help themselves on this holographic or these different special ones. At least they're not doing Carbonite or credit collection ones. They have the holographic ones, which was Osha, and I do believe there was a May one. I could not find May because I don't know where it was supposed to be exclusive wise, but Osha and May are both.
And Ezra.
Oh yes, and Ezra. Thank you.
Yeah.
All more. Like I said, there are more of them coming out.
Yeah, but I kind of like that actually. The hologram
I got them all.
series.
Did you have them all? Okay.
I ordered the Darth Vader, and I was like, just to see him light up and everything. It's like, wow,
So
I want an Emperor. I think if they do an Emperor, that's what they need to do.
He's coming.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes. They do serve a purpose, and again, I understand a lot of people with the holographic collection, meaning like if it makes sense in the collection, or is this just a special edition, special repackaging, recoloring thing and that does make sense on both accounts. I mean, people pick and choose to put it in there like a Vader or whoever was holographic in the movie. Like people are saying, "Where's Leia?" Because they can put it in their little dioramas and stuff.
She makes sense.
Well, it looks great on the display. Can you imagine? Like it just lights up all on its own.
Yeah.
You could even have like a top.
I have the Hot Toys Boba Fett on the throne, and I have all my holocoms around the throne.
Nice.
Light them all up. It's super cool because he's like in my head, he's king of the bounty hunters.
Yeah.
He's got all the bounties on the pucks all around him. So
see now, I'm 3D printed a table to go around mine, and I want to get a bunch of little figures to put around, little mini ones to put around there, like or the giant Emperor, because it's all going to go on a 3 3/4 inch display. So if I get a giant Emperor on there, that's going to look badass, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I might have to double check on this. Hal Runner base. The only one of them is Target exclusive, right? Just the single Mando. I thought all 3 were. Okay.
I think the 2-pack is Walmart.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Come
So
on.
so they're all exclusive. One, yeah, the singles Target, the 2-pack is Walmart. I
Thanks.
will triple check on that. I thought it, when I saw it, I looked at it was all coming in that whole collectors thing that the Target does every year, like how Walmart does it and stuff. There's summer.
Yeah, the
stuff like
2-pack
that.
is Walmart, and then the single.
I will
one
fix
is
that.
Target.
Cool.
Still trash either way.
Yeah, still
Still-
exclusives. You know,
I have no problem. I have no problem at all finding Target exclusives. It's the Walmart one. They kill me every time.
I like Amazon. I like Fan Channel. I like GameStop. I don't know why Target and Walmart get so many.
And they fail every time.
Well, because probably they're paying for that privilege.
They are.
You know, it's a tier, but the Target is easier to get, like Scott was saying, than Walmart, because you can't even find the Walmart stuff on shelves.
Not on the. I buy everything on the app. If I, you know, when it comes available, I just do that, and I just bite the bullet. Get the, if they charge me shipping or whatever, just to get like.
And then it shows up in a bubble mailer, or one time my Target order showed up in a goddamn clothing bag, and they were all crushed. Like, what the hell? I can't. Don't even get me started. I could talk about this forever.
Yeah, it's not
so mad.
Yeah, we've had some Target snafus.
Yeah.
The Indiana Jones series from my man Dr. Brentley got screwed on that one. Yeah.
Yep. They like to play hacky sack with my
Hey, 212 Hunter, I just want a Holo Palpatine for order 66. Yes.
Yep.
That's it right there, buddy.
Too bad we can't scan that head, blow it bigger and or smaller, and you can have Cody with it. And it was just John, you're not wrong. Still waiting for that Carson Teva.
Where's he at?
You know, he's in multiple shows. Again, multiple shows. He's a great actor. He's a great guy. Great character. We have 1,000 Mays and Oshas now. I understand it's current and stuff, but not one Carson Teva.
He's the Nick Fury. He's the Nick Fury.
And we're not done with him.
No,
you know?
I can't believe Jazzwares hasn't made one yet, or even like Pipeline one, because he's all over their stuff.
Yeah, he has a bust. I know there's a bust and the Black Series helmet. So
Gentle Giant,
Gentle Giant, and there's a I think Ernie has the bust, and he has it signed by him, Paul. So,
had to take it up one notch, didn't he?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, of course. He got
the Shriek Hawk sets. Are they already out there for pre-order? Can you pre-order them? Are they sold out? I've been looking, and
they're not available yet. July 5th.
Okay.
Is the word I got, and again, when I just saw all under the Target umbrella, but the word I got was July 5th. So
that sounds right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think that corresponds to their summer collectors.
The Geek Out.
The Geek Out, right? Yeah. Walmart has the Collectors Con, and then Target has the Summer's Geek Out. So,
if they care.
Tyrone King, welcome to the show, man. Will Carson be a San Diego Comic-Con for Vintage Collection? I don't know. So
that'd be a dick move.
I don't think we're gonna have. I don't think Star Wars has a presence at Comic-Con at all. In fact, they'll have stuff there. They have their booth. They'll have their booth and stuff that's already been announced. You know, but we've already told that the G.I. Joe is taking center stage.
Yes,
that's true.
With Nemesis Enforcer.
Yeah. So they're for the Nemesis Enforcer plus the Haslab that they're going to announce at Comic-Con.
Yeah.
So depending on, I guess, if the Cantina it passes, they'll have one there. But if it doesn't, I don't think we're getting any. It'd be hard pressed to say that they were doing anything for Star Wars, because we have nothing. We have no rumors. We have nothing to go by. You know, I don't know. I don't know what Star Wars is doing. You know,
we'll have a Black Series. I think there will be a Black. There's got to be a Black.
They
Series
usually drop something. Yeah,
they usually do. Right. This would be like like I said, one of those things where I don't know where the direction is going. Because of a lot of these, where, like I said, the Haslabs for Black Series and
right.
You know, all the stuff is going, but. My personal tease so far was Yak Face, and he gets all the credit for this. And he teased the Black Series wrapping paper for the Halloween wrapping paper for the things, right? You know, the holiday edition things. And I remember last year, I think they did or the year before they did the Were-Wookiee and the Skeleton Trooper.
Yep.
Yes.
And they had that little panel. So I'm waiting for that to be announced at Comic-Con for Halloween this year. Bring me. I don't care if it's 2 more figures. That is my favorite thing about the Black Series right now.
Apparently they're already in the U.S. Like they haven't even revealed yet, and they're already shipped to the U.S.
Yeah. So I think it's going to be like well, they'll announce it. They'll probably pre-sell them in August, October. You'll get them, or really soon.
That's the way it should be done.
100%.
Yeah.
I really want it to be Count Dooku Dracula. That's my one that I really want. I would love that.
Now,
be incredible.
The stuff that they do for the holiday stuff tends to be all masked or trooper or a trooper built stuff like that. I would love it. Han, Leia, all in like Christmas garb or Halloween garb, but I don't know if they're allowed to do that, right?
Right.
I'm still surprised they haven't done a Vader version of any of them because it's but that would shock me, Tommy. That would be like, I don't know, man. I would
hit 212 hit 212 Hunter's comment.
Count Dooku.
Count Dooku.
Yeah,
it's there. It's right there.
Heck of a collab.
That's awesome.
Holy shit, that's great.
Yeah, that one or a little ghost Jawa. I would totally want a little white ghost Jawa.
Would be
a ghost Jawa. Yeah, like I was excited when
Darth Vader. Frankenstein Darth Vader, right?
Yeah. I mean, oh my God, Frankenvader. I mean, he already has the right? So it's it kind of fits the whole canon for it.
There's somebody from Hasbro right now taking notes.
I hope so.
Yeah, right,
Alex,
exactly.
I hope so, man, because in this I'm going to bring up this comment too, because again, collecting that we always talk about because we're right in the thralls of it, right? But what about new people trying to jump in all the time?
Yeah, sure.
And so Michael Rivera saying, like, can you imagine the future Star Wars collectors who get into the hobby, seeing things like the past Haslabs and saying, man, I missed out on that. Yeah, I will say again for stuff like that, those out of touch things. It gets way out of hand. Like, for example, the barge. Yeah, they're still out there, but now you're selling out $1,200, $1,500 for the barge, unfortunately. But there is a point to where you want to get into a hobby and you kind of make those. This is like, man, it's just too far gone. And the one thing that I know the Black Series does it and Vintage did to a point, Hasbro does make it a point on the Black Series to continue releasing figures over and over and over. And I think it's specifically, I know it frustrates a lot of people because they don't do it they don't do it and bring, like, they don't bring new and old up at the same time. They either go like all reissues and then one or two things, and it's a big gap in between. And I think their marketing is a little lopsided right now on that. Like, they're doing a ton of reissues and they're not announcing them because they're just going, hey, they're just going to be available. Don't worry, but these aren't like announced mainline stuff, But
you don't have to be a completist, though.
No,
if you get into something, maybe start off with just the characters that you like,
right,
and then let it grow from there. Because I think people get into, and it becomes where there's an anxiety-induced part when you try to be a completist, and then it just robs you.
The
of
FOMO,
joy,
dude. Like it's real. It's 100% real. I mean, that's why I pay full price for everything I buy, and I can't wait for it to go on sale. Like, I don't step foot into a Ross and stuff because I can't stand those stores. But you know what I mean? But I miss out on so much. Like, there's so much money I could have saved because I'm a man. I get in, get out. Like, I'll buy my toy and leave. I don't care about sale because I'm not going to wait for it, right? And I want it, and that's it is a fear of missing out because for a long time, it was where if you saw it on the shelf, you better grab it now because they weren't going to go on sale.
Exactly.
But, until all the sequel stuff happened and the peg warmer stuff happened and they got real scared. Now it's like this they're like taking a big withdrawal now. So I see like on Hasbro Pulse, like Kai Mundi went up and was sold out completely before Acolyte, was up, sold out within 5 minutes, and now he's back up, but I don't know why they do that either. Are they doing that on purpose? Are they putting it up? And then all of a sudden,
I lost my earpods, so I don't really. I'm not sure how my audio is right now.
You're good. You're fine.
All right.
Okay. But it's funny that the Kiatamundi stuff that came out in prep, right? I mean, we have the 6-inch figure that dropped right before the last episode of the Acolyte. Plus, Disneyland for the last couple of months has had the Kiatamundi lightsaber.
Yeah.
In case with the comic book and everything. It's a very exclusive set that they've had. And I just thought, oh, okay, it's Kiadamundi's light set. No, they knew this was happening.
They knew it was, of course.
Yeah. So no, expect to see more Kiadamundi stuff, I'm sure.
I was really happy because the episode of the Clone Wars where they celebrated Kiadamundi's 67th birthday was my favorite episode. So I was glad to get the action figure before, Disney retconned it. I'm sorry, I don't want to.
I mean, hey, there's a point there where it's like if they just listen to some podcasts out there, they could probably save a lot of heartache.
They could.
You listen to the right ones, by the way.
Yeah. So. That's the key, the right ones.
Yeah, listen to the right ones. Yeah. Gordon says, too soon, Tommy. Just way too soon. Yeah. All they got to do is take it out of the credits and it's fine. It's not him. You know what I mean? But anyway, I digress. We'll save that for Wednesday. I'm sure. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. So Rhino Hobbies, I'm so glad I got into Vintage Collection. Last year, I was still able to pick up ships for reasonable prices. Yeah. And I will say this, that go to garage sales, of course. Go to like convention stuff because a lot of people clearance out a lot of stuff that from years. Yeah, I've gone with Scott to a few things, and there's be tubs of like walkers and ships and stuff that you could piece together and really kind of like get into the hobby at such a cheaper rate. You know what I mean? Vintage collection is hard, right? Because there's so many. It is a lot. You got to pick I would say you have to kind of like grow with it, expecting Hasbro to bring stuff back into the existing. I don't know about ships and play sets though. That might be the tough part. Then get yourself a 3D printer, get yourself someone to do the files, and then you're all caught up.
Yep. I think there's
Facebook Marketplace.
330 figures now, 338 figures in the vintage collection. So
just the vintage,
just the vintage collection, and that's only individually carded figures. That's not counting deluxe figures. That's not counting multi packs. That's not
figures that come with vehicles and all that. It does it. Yeah. Mr. Stevie teased something on the event on that too. Was the number like 378 or something, and he's put on his Instagram, and I didn't screen grab it, but he had all the the lines going in order. Then he highlighted one in red, and he did that for a specific reason. Like this one is special. Like this one you're gonna want to keep your eye on. So we might be reporting on that soon.
Okay,
but in the future stuff, we'll explore how to get into these certain lines, like what's the best way of doing it. I think that'd be a good kind of topic, because again, for me, I jumped in Black Series.
I gotta split for just a second. I'll be right back.
Okay, man. Like for me, I jumped into Black Series a little bit late because the first series I found them, and all my intentions were to buy them, and then I saw them and they were horrible. Like Slave Leia, Jango Fett, Darth Maul, and Luke. I think I found that, like Luke Bespin, and I found them in the stores. And I looked, I go, these are horrible. Like they're horrible. They don't look like them. Like they look wonky. So I put them all back, right? And each one of those goes over a couple $100, like as far as value. But they did they got into like the real scan technology and improved that. Yeah. But I was able to get into it right at the tail end of that red, when it had the red cards, the red backs. Or the black packaging with the red backing. I was able to get into it and catch up really, really fast.
That's when I got into it.
Yeah, because they reissued a lot. Oh, yeah. So I have 100% completed, Black Series, and I'm up to date. And did not cost me a lot either. It actually was a lot cheaper. Amazon had it for like $5-7. eBay, I was getting deals left and right. So I know Black Series is a lot easier to jump into and start.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And vintage, you'll be able to, like Scott said, eventually things do come around and they reissue them, or these characters that you grow with it.
They upgrade them too.
They upgrade them constantly, and they're a business. Hasbro's a business, and they're going to be around as long as they can. Like they don't want to just give you everything and then be like, well, we got nothing to sell next year because we gave you everything. So you have to go into with that understanding too, but at the same time, I mean, we only have like 5 Cantina members for Black Series. I mean, come on, guys. Like,
Don't worry, when that funds, they'll be throwing them all out.
Yeah. Let's go. I'm waiting. All right. Well, let's wind down, guys. So we covered all that stuff. We're gonna wait and see what the Haslab does. Yep. There are, keep our fingers crossed that at least it's something to talk about and see, and like I said, live vicariously through Scott. We'll all be at Scott's house podcasting around the cantina.
Yeah.
All right.
taking pictures. You're gonna do that with the classified. I'll do that. Well, I'll come over and we'll, hey, it's an even trade, I think. So.
Works.
But thank you, Alex, for joining us. Everybody down in the description, I have the Shadow Nose Network. Go join them. They drop stuff. Freaking awesome community over there. Alex, I'll give you the floor. Go ahead and tell us about the shows and where everybody can find you.
Well, just like you guys find gentlemen on your shows over here, we have a toy show that happens on Wednesday night with myself and Mr. Chet Maddox and everything. The jet stealing, limousine driving. Going Joe Fast, spending all of his money. Chet
there
Maddox.
You go. That's the life.
It is. He lives a great one. That's on. That comes on after the Fallen Fett. We come on at 7, and then, of course, obviously, you guys' great show comes on at 8, and
appreciate that.
Then on Friday nights we do Pixel Plastic Inc., which is basically a catch-all. It's everything from films, comics, toys. It's all right in there. We throw a couple of rankings in there every now and then, character against character, something else. So it's a great Friday night. And, we've got some stuff I know we're planning to do something for maybe Friday night of Comic-Con. Maybe get something in. I know we were talking about the same thing. So, maybe do some Supercast or something.
Yeah. That'd be awesome. I mean, any way we could just kind of be in the mix, that's always fun. Again, it's a nostalgia trip, but at the same time, it's fun to kind of report on what's happening or what's not happening too at the same time.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah, but no, hey, anytime I can pop in, I definitely would love to pop in because awesome. Again, I enjoy your show. Chad enjoyed your show. Rad Chris. And of course, Dr. Brentley, Shadow, everyone is always raving about the great work you guys are doing, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you very much, Alex. That's awesome. Again, keep this guy's face in your thought, right? You're going to see him more. You're going to see him more.
Don't do that. The network doesn't want that.
Well, just like we snagged Tommy over here, I don't think he can go either. So it's like,
no.
Tommy from 1313 Podcast. What do you guys have going on?
We just posted a vlog. We went to the Toy Hi-O Toy Show last week. That was a lot of fun. Nice. And we actually, I'm not supposed to talk about this publicly, but I'm going to.
Exclusive. You heard it here first.
On July 3rd, we're doing a live show. We're having the guy that runs ICC Con, which is a huge convention in Nashville. He's going to be announcing the next Star Wars guest for the convention on our show on July 3rd. So make sure to keep a lookout for that. But just right now, tons of reviews. We're doing tons of different content for podcasts, covering Acolyte week to week. So just nice. Just Star Wars in general. Just tons of
awesome.
fun.
We love it. Like, hey, you know what? There's enough Star Wars to go around. Really, it is. And I really appreciate 1313 because, these guys are the younger generation that grew up with the prequels. So there is a different takes, and it makes us, and honestly, it makes us kind of go like, you know what? You're right. Like, it does make us kind of head turn a little bit and appreciate more of the times because we grew up in that crazy times of the prequels, the promotions and all that stuff, and of course, pitchforks and all, it happens, but not as much as today. But we do appreciate that whole thing, and you guys do a great job over there too. So, Tommy, we'll see you here next week, of course, or in 2 weeks when we do this. Over to see what the Haslab is. Scott, go ahead and promote Sarlacc Digest.
Sure, man. Hey, we're the Sarlacc Digest. No.
All right, cool. All right.
Every Wednesday we meet up at 8 p.m. Pacific time. That is 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We go over all the latest, greatest Star Wars news. We don't get into the nasty, nitty-gritty, mean stuff about it all. What we do is we take it, we give you our opinions on it, what we liked, what we didn't like. But you know what? Regardless, it exists now. So then we take that and we put it into the canon. We see how it all works out. We see how it plays.
Put it in its place, man. Yeah.
Right. And then we move on to the next one. So we've got this Wednesday. I won't be there because, I'm on vacation. But, the guys will be there to cover it. It'll be Marco versus everybody else.
Pretty much.
It's going to be chaos. It's going to be chaos.
Let's go.
But you can also follow us on Facebook at the Star Wars Community by the Sarlacc Digest podcast. You can go follow us there. Follow us on Instagram, Sarlacc Digest, TikTok, where I do 1-minute toy reviews. Also, our channel here, hit the subscribe button down below, and you will see those 1-minute toy reviews here as well. So please join us. Become a Patreon member. Drop a super chat. Whatevs, man. Just support us. We're fun. Why not?
Like I said, it's all Star Wars 24/7. And so with that, again, Tashi Station Emporium for all your action figure stands and display needs. Go over there. All the descriptions are in the link below. You can type in Sarlacc Digest podcast for 10% off your entire purchase if you use that promo code. And also, I'm going to do shameless plug of my YouTube channel that I launched for Tashi Station. I just launched it. I'm starting to put content up there. I've been working so hard on stuff to bring to you guys on as far as like builds and behind the scenes. Sneak peeks and stuff. I'm having a lot of fun with that. So it's all one big family. So subscribe, like, hit that notifications. Everybody in the pit tonight, you guys were amazing. You were awesome. I love the feedback. Love the communication going back and forth. And anybody who's going on our replay, of course, the conversation that never ends. And when we end here, hit a comment there, and we'll get back to you, and we just get this going. So everybody, let's think 8,000. Let's think 8,000. Let's get this thing passed. And then or 8,001. I think that'd be good buffer. So
let's think for like 8,100.
Yeah. No, none of us from the Sarlacc crew is going to ICC, but we're going to watch the 1313 podcast and get the full on, from the floor reporting. Eventually, we do a lot of SoCal conventions. We will do WonderCon. We'll do LA Comic Con, Ontario when we get to them and stuff like that. So we do a lot of that stuff, but I would love to venture out. Like I would love to hit the Joe Con that would happen last weekend, and it'd be something that you might see our faces. And if you do, we might have a sticker for you or a T-shirt. But we have something.
Don't overcommit. I
said maybe. Maybe you'll win a car. Maybe. All right. So I just put my foot in my mouth there. But with that, everybody, thank you guys for joining us. Scott.
Keep it nerdy, everybody. Our Patreon is not that large, man.
Maybe you'll win Scott's car.
Boy, you can have it.
This is Grand Admiral Thrawn. You are listening to the Sarlacc Digest. What a fascinating play on words.